seem to have lost connection.
Yeah, you did.
Did you stop?
Hey?
Did you stop my feed?
No? Oh, no, I didn't actually, because I was doing this. I didn't actually see your feed, so I don't know what was on it. Hopefully it wasn't anything unsavory.
Nothing yet. I'm still on the you lost connection screen. I'm waiting for you to do it.
Oh, okay. Hang on. There we go. That should do it. There we go. Actually, Asha, I never got a reply back, so I thought you completely died, but I forgot about the feed.
No, I had to duck it to go to the bathroom.
But it's next day. I'm not sure whether Australia or Texas came first, but we definitely are liking putting things on the barbie. But it's I think it originally came from England.
And stuff. We like barbecue in it.
Yeah. We definitely got the temperatures for it, that's all. It came from England, but they really don't have the temperatures to do a barbecue, that's all. It's a big thing. Of course, in Australia, you've got the two variant of temperatures for most places. You've got hot or stinking hot, so definitely.
Or you just got humidity hot. Queensland.
Yeah, and then same with here, but
It may be raining, but it's hot.
Yeah. But same with here, because we're an outdoor type country. We do a lot of outdoor type stuff. I mean, Christmas Day, the majority of the population on Christmas Day will be having Christmas dinner and Christmas lunch down at the beach.
Well, yeah, you are lucky enough to have Christmas in the summer month.
And we're also lucky enough, it doesn't matter where you live, you're no more than about 2 hours away from the coastline.
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh.
Unless you live in the centre.
No, even in the centre, you're not that far away.
Really?
I was about to say, New Zealand is not that big.
We're not that wide, that's the thing. So it's not much.
Long, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a shooting star if you really think about it.
I mean, to be honest, in the North Island, if you're in the centre, the reason why you still have access to a beach is because you're not that far away from Lake Taupo, which has got beaches. The super volcano that's now a lake. So that's where you go there. But yeah, in this country, you can basically, if you wanted to, you could go skiing in the morning and then swimming at the beach in the afternoon.
Yeah, don't go to Queensland then. You'll be swimming in the rain.
Yeah, well, I had my brother and sister lived in Queensland for a while, and they both said the same thing. They said that you can have a shower and get out of the shower and you'll be... I can finish. Yeah, you can have a shower, jump out of the shower, and you'll be wetter outside of the shower. That's how bad...
That was weird.
What was that?
The game opened twice.
It does it does that to me as well.
Yeah, it happened to Duck Sawley, and he didn't notice because it didn't have much of an effect on it, which I suppose is a good sign of the optimization.
It does, I think it does.
Yeah, the only effect it had on me is that I had the menu music in my ear the whole time, and I didn't know where it came from.
Yeah.
No.
I'll take it. You're in game. I can put you back up. Your feed back up.
Yes, sir, I am.
I mean, in regards to constant rain, that's one thing I do miss about my hometown. Monsoons, much better than the weather we get down here.
What I miss is a real winter. The last winter, a real winter with a lot of snow we had, I was still learning my job, yeah. Oh, in 2010? Yeah, 2010.
All I have to do is travel 10 minutes and there I got snow if it's winter. If it does go snowing.
Travel for how long? 10 minutes.
You have to drive 10 minutes away just to go see snow.
Oh, okay. See it. Well,
but otherwise than that, going into summer, it's fortunate. It's like 40 degrees in summer.
Yeah. No, I can still see snow. In fact, I posted a picture on Thriftboard just a couple of weeks ago with me walking across the bridge with the beautiful summer's day, and the mountain in the background with snow all over it.
Well, thinking about it, given how NZ is tall, long and thin, does that mean East Coast and West Coast gang fights are a bit more heated? Less space to argue over?
No, there's no West Coast, East Coast gang.
It's North and South Island.
Yeah.
No.
Sort of figured it would just be funny, you get, you know. And I was like, yeah, West Coast is the best. I'm like, dude, you're like less than 3 hours away.
No, we got, well, nowadays there's quite a few gangs, but there used to be just two, and one of them is actually known for being one of the most dangerous gangs in the world. But
Why do I see... That's good.
But they're generally good because they don't bring their stuff into the public mainly, so public's not really affected by it.
Did you
nowadays
that you haven't finished the contract
no,
for 53s on purpose?
yeah,
I'm still using the plow.
Because for some reason now that I came in new, I see your finished contract. I remembered that it was yours, and before I pressed the space button. I mean, not that it
I'm still
would have made a
using the
difference,
plow.
I'm guessing, but...
No, I finished
Yeah,
and collected 53.
If you collected the payout, then I would have collected the payout, but I would have gotten rid of the tractor and the plow that I've got now.
No, I don't think I can, because we saw also the contract, the failed contract, when we started the stream, and only JJ could collect on it, because it was his.
Well, I finished
So-
and collected 53, so it shouldn't be up there. The one I'm doing the spraying on, all I've got now is 2 sowing runs off. It's just told me I finished this field and I ain't finishing it off. I've had enough of that field. The bad luck with it. Screw it. I'm done. If he's happy with it not being finished, I'm happy with to get out away from it.
It's not been finished because I'm using the plow from 53 anyway, so...
I'll tell you what I don't miss is Auckland weather. When you're talking about the weathers you do miss, what I don't miss is the Auckland weather, the humidity. You can take a flying leap. Glad I don't get as much down here. And the rain.
I miss the thunderstorms that we used to have. Yeah, but other than that, no, nothing else I don't miss.
I was actually lucky because I lived on the east coast of Auckland where it didn't rain as much as the west coast. But still it rained enough. But definitely the humidity.
I mean, our November average of rain has gone up a lot. Because we had that massive thunderstorm 2 days in a row, just mass amount of rain.
We've been going through a drought, which I think might be over. Well, it isn't really because springtime it's normally raining quite a bit and it's been absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Right, let me get some more of this. Where are you there? I'll bite. The ironic thing though is it's been really nice weather and sunny weather up in Auckland. They're still in lockdown, so they can't do much.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoever invented these butterfly things deserves to be shot in the frickin' head.
What's wrong with it?
Schmetterlings. The boughs are bouncing around all the place. He's having trouble getting his food on his fork.
With the damn lag, I just can't. Jesus.
Oh, where's that? Up. Oh, just around the corner. Even better. Right, I am going to make sure that I've got the right seed this time because I don't trust this game. Not after last week. Mind you, it would be nice if they actually put the name of the seed. I actually find it a lot more difficult to figure out what seed is what. I mean, obviously the first one's wheat.
I don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah, it seems ridiculous.
Put the name in next to the icon.
God damn it.
Sneaks answered your question there, Sweeto. Right, with wheat. Right, wheat. So, that's something. That's canola.
That doesn't change the fact that he has to be shot in the head.
That's something else. That's something. That's, I think, wheat. I think. Right. Well, tell you what, the controls for the wheels are different in this one. It's just too, I can't get it right. It's either too heavy on the steering or too light on the steering. There's no between the inners. Yeah, that's a good point. Why don't you just lease a bale, collect the trailer?
Sure. Pay extra money. That's what you want to see, huh?
Hmm. That's why I think it's Nick's best piece of advice to you.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna run away for a second again.
yeah, you know what?
Keep coming up with those suggestions, Nick.
Frick it.
He's going to do it too. Extra cash.
Yeah, I have to.
Love
I
it.
have to. Because whatever this bullcrap is,
See, the contract I forgot to throw the items for, it had a big M and the collector that I missed out on. Totally misjudged that because I was readjusting my microphone because I was hitting it. Speaking of which, even though it's got nothing to do with my microphone, but my coffee. It's just over. I've changed the sensitivity and everything with this wheel, and it actually every time I come in, it changes. The sensitivity seems to change. The force feedback, or the centering spring setting seems to change. I mean, it's nice that they're working, but it'd be nice if they were working properly. Right. This is where I go in and check the map and it tells me I'm putting the wrong crop on because the game couldn't be bothered, too lazy to let me know that information. Crop type. Where am I? I'm up here. Well, that looks like wheat to me. For those who missed last week's stream, I tried to give myself an advantage. Most people call it cheating, but I say it's an advantage when it's me doing it. And while I was making my coffee, we were changing over to a new day, and I decided to, while they thought I wasn't there, I went in and grabbed a sowing job, which is the one I just finished, by the way, on that other field, which was paying out the most. a good 10 grand. I grabbed it. Then we got to the new day, I told everyone to grab their contracts, so I rushed down there and I planted the whole field, came back to the shop and then went to collect my money, and according to the screen I had done 0% of it because I put the wrong crop on it and the game didn't want to tell me about it. And then to add insult to injury, I come in today because I ended up leasing this to redo it and put the right crop in, because the seeder it gave me wasn't a direct drill seeder, so I couldn't completely go over it again. With the bigger seeder, I had to get the small one. I had thought I had changed it last week to barley, because I hadn't started. I ended the stream on me just parking up at the field ready to start this week. And it was still on wheat, but this time it actually told me that it was the wrong crop. Settle. We've had enough of that today, I think, the F word. My apologies to anyone watching.
Didn't even ask you to come.
One third of a contract for another bale collector. That stings. But those butterflies just don't work, not with that lag. You can't even strap the bales down on them. If I could strap the ones I already put on there down, that would make things easier.
Now see, I've got that seeding texture, proper seeding texture this time around with the wheat. Not the one that I just had on the other field. The harvest look. Bizarre. There's definitely a bug then, isn't it?
Looks like it.
How are we getting on, people? I've got 18 grand. What about the rest of you? Currently.
59.
27.5.
60.
Alright. Maybe I'll just ban Smudo and Patrio and DJ catch up a little bit and then wait back. Oh, am I saying that out loud? I thought I was thinking that in my head, damn it.
I didn't hear a word.
Oh, didn't you?
No, I didn't hear.
Did you guys hear?
Hear what?
Oh, okay, I'll say it under my breath. Trying to say it loud enough, but sound like I was whispering, but yeah. No, I said, or maybe I'll just quickly ban Patrio and Smudo until me and DJ catch up and then unban them and tell them, oh, it must be a connection issue.
Sounds about right.
I've just been picking up all the small contracts and minimising my expenditures.
Good idea. She's strategy.
Hey, I'm picking up probably the same contracts just to minimise any sort of anything.
Oh, I'm trying a brand new strategy, and that's a set to contract with borrowing the items. Seems to be working out well so far.
That's what I've done, but I'm completing the same contracts. That's certain items, so that's why I haven't completed 53. Because I'm borrowing that tractor and that plough to do 75 at the moment.
Yeah. which is a good call. That's what I'll do. Well, I suppose on the bright side is I've got 8,000 more than I had last week before it all went pear-shaped.
I've got 20,000 more than last week as well.
Well, then you've been busy, haven't you?
Thanks, Smudo.
I have been busy going. Thank you very much, Smudo, for your kind donation. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
And just to upset a whole bunch of people, it's okay, guys. I'll take this thing for a spin and take one for the team.
So,
Oh dear. Is
Serious.
that what you're talking about? The oh dear?
Yeah.
oh dear. So that's you next to me then. 76.
Yep.
Cultivating.
The tractor with the best heating system in the world. Called a fire.
External combustion engine.
External and internal.
Well, that was a funny one
Yeah,
because
Okay, Smudo.
What was that, Patrio?
I was legit. I was going to say something else. I was just going to peel the curtain back on the whole me tinkering with my candy collection. Seems like getting sounds working is the big hurdle.
Yeah, I imagine that. I thought of that because I was wondering if Stevie would release his FS19 range of vehicles and stuff, and then I thought, well, actually, you'd probably have to get the sound files done for that. And I was talking more along the lines of the stuff, obviously, that hasn't come out in 19 standard. That came out in 19 standard, but hasn't arrived, like the Bob's tractors and all that kind of stuff that he redid. So yeah, that would be an issue. Where would you get the sound files for those from? Because I imagine Giants just went around and recorded, went to all the dealers and stuff, all the manufacturers, and they would have started the tractors up and done all that, and they would have recorded the sounds and implemented them in. I assume that's what they would have done. I'm going, of course, what SES does with the trucks and the trucking sums, because that's what they do. They go over and when they do a truck, and they just go in and to the manufacturers, they bring them out of a truck, and they just get to test drive the truck around and record all the sounds, and then implement them into the game. Turn.
The two core issues I'm finding is so the original version of Skittles was basically, well, as we know, is a modification of a base game tractor, so it used a lot of the native resources such as the interior textures, the sounds, etc. The GE conversion does bring the model across, and some of the textures were missing, but I was able to rebundle and reassociate the internal, like, yeah, the dashboard and that sort of stuff to make it standalone, so that you don't have to rely on in-game stuff to get that working. But of all things, the sounds, the actual formatting for how the sounds work is more in-depth compared to 19, and GE doesn't convert that across, so the cheat way around it is just to basically copy the settings off another tractor, so I can make it sound like a JD, or, you know, make it sound like a Fent or something like that, just to work around it, which makes it make sounds. The horn still works because that's custom. The other one I noticed is the not the 3-point linkage, but the actual like ball hitch and the ring hitch for the trail attachments. Because of course that's standard across all tractors in the game, so that is its own separate model, and I haven't figured out how to essentially reassociate that back to the tractor for it to use. I found the model and the textures and the bits and pieces, but I don't have enough super glue to jam them together. And the final one was the additional attachments such as front loaders, and you know when you had the front and rear seat pack and you had the hose go down the side of the tractor.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, that 22 handles that differently because obviously with 22 you've got two different brands of front load attached, the Bayer and the whatever it was, beginning to see I think. So you no longer have the stall set up. So even if you set the option for front load attacher, it doesn't cause the stall one to appear. And I think the other one I've been having issues with is it throws up a whole bunch of errors relating to just triggers like, is the engine on, so my dashboard lights up, and it makes a big whinge about the fact that it can't tell if the engine's on or not. So it kind of works, but not in the way I'd be willing to let go.
Because it sounds to me, not that I've got anything to go by, but they sound a lot more realistic than they ever have in this game. And that's what I imagine they sound like. But not like I've driven a tractor or anything. So.
Yeah, the big one is, I mean, apart from the standard of, was it start up, shut down, idle, onload and offload, which FS19 also did. You got things like the transmission. There's actually a flag for whether the interior makes a rattle when you go for bumps.
I haven't actually noticed that in the cab.
Yeah. If you go for like a plough field and inside the cab and listen very carefully, you can sort of hear like almost like a dashboard rattle when you're full driving, so just stuff banging around.
Yeah, check that out. I remember. Hey DJ, have you got Vanguard?
What's that, sorry?
Have you got Vanguard?
Have I got what, guy?
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Yeah, I got Vanguard.
Oh,
on
okay.
PlayStation.
Because I
I haven't been playing
remember.
it much, like, there's a lot of nonsense going on.
What, with the game or PlayStation or something?
No, PlayStation.
Because I remembered you asked me what it was like. I was playing the campaign mission. I enjoyed the campaign mission. It sort of reminded me of the old Call of Duties, except for one thing. It finished rather quickly. Multiplayer I'm still trying to get used to, but I like it. It's the blitz mode that gets me. You spawn right next to, in front of, or just behind the enemy. Oh, when's this rain turning up? What, have they keep the same settings, like 6 hours after it turns up on your HUD? I assume they would.
No idea, although someone did do some testing for crop yield because you can harvest in rain. I think it was root crops, so sugar beet and potato were unaffected, and basically everything else was a give or take 50% loss.
Okay, so yeah,
why would root crops be affected, right?
yeah, they're underground. No, I'm just surprised that they allow harvesting during the rain, but that's because it's good that they got that and you get a loss. I assume that's what will happen in real life. Once again, I've got nothing to base that off except assumption. And we all know the saying about assumption. When JJ assumes, he's generally right.
Sure thing, bud.
But
I assume anyway. I'm starting to run out of turning room here. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I keep forgetting to do that. I shall do that at the loss of making a bit of time, but I will do that. Come here, turn. And, well, actually, I'll do it after I finish this field. I haven't got long to go, hopefully. I'm actually surprised. I really thought I was going to spend the whole stream fixing my error on that one field, but I've managed to do 2 extra fields. Hey?
Managed to fix it.
Yeah, I managed to fix it. Admittedly, I didn't, not properly, but yeah. I had my fill of it by the time. Hence, as soon as I hit job done, I was like, yeah, I agree with you this time.
Yeah, I have to double check on which, because I've got two fields that are seeding, but 2 different crop.
Yeah, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot because I generally it's very difficult for me to not finish a field even though it says 100% done.
A bit of the old CDO kicking in.
No, I don't know. It's my work ethic. It's just the way I used to work. I always worked late because I could never leave a job undone. I had to finish a job, otherwise it irritated me. But maybe it is a bit OCD. But then again, I finish a job and then I'd see another job that needed to be done and I think, oh, I'll quickly get that started and then go home, and then next thing you know, the job's done. It's been 3 hours. So admittedly, when I say I used to work a lot of hours, I used to work, 12 to 14, 16 hour days, it turns out it was my own choice because I didn't really have to. Well, that's not lie, I suppose. In my very last job I chose to do that, but there was a lot to do. And the place was a mess, and the people I worked with.
The one that got me was one of the higher-ups tapped me on the shoulder about the whole clocking in, clocking out. We have a little fingerprint reader time clock thing. And it's like, you're supposed to be within 5 minutes of either side of your shift, because I used to rock up like 10, 20 minutes early and just clock in and then sort of poke around and get myself started for the day. I'm like, okay, no worries, I'll start exactly 5 minutes or less before my shift starts, that's fine. But if he's going to ping me about clocking out late, I'm like, well, does that mean I drop the roller door at 5:30 and every customer who comes out of the front of the tills at 5:31 can thank you for your purchase, come back tomorrow? Because yesterday we were up to half an hour late shutting up because we just kept having people rock up.
Yeah, well, that's what I'd say. I go, right, fine, you want me to do that, then I'll kick everyone out and I'll have to be rude to do that with your customers. Or you can pay for me to stay for the amount of time, be nice to the customers so that they can come back.
Well, for me, it's not even about the money, because it's a case of, okay, so this customer gets out of the store, like yesterday we're supposed to shut at 5 o'clock, being a Saturday. Customer gets out of the store at 4:58, which is still a bit like, come on, customers, really, you're pushing it. But, whatever, money's money. So if they take their 5 minutes to get around, it takes me another 3 minutes to get their item down and loaded up and, all sorted. So be 10 minutes overtime by the time I'm out the door. I'm like, I don't care about the 10 minutes. Just don't whinge to me about the fact that it's 10 minutes.
Well, it's interesting to say it's not about the money. It was always about the money with me, but it was about my time and being compensated for it. So hence the reason why, because when they brought the stupid contracts in, you lost your ability to earn time and a half, double time and triple time. Because they got rid of it out of the contracts. If you didn't sign a contract, then you were on the employment contract set by the government, the law, and then you were entitled to your time and a half and all that kind of stuff, and holiday pay and curing and stuff like that.
There's the rain.
There's the rain. So when I used to do the extra hours and I got a lot, especially during the summertime, because we're more busy in the summertime being a building supply place or a timber yard. I'd put a lot of effort in getting things done because we're really, really busy. So.